the slant.
And sets it up perfectly for Wade, who had one from that corner in the first half.
Nice, and there's a steal by Wade. Wade takes it in, and Holmgren had to be careful with his three. Nice cut. Wade, and no Holmgren at the rim. To the corner. Wade's hit two. Taking three from the corners.
This is former Razorback Trey Wade, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Trey, I know you're busy in preparation for trying to make an NFL roster, so I really appreciate you making some time for us this morning. I think we have to start there. How long has this been an idea and a theme that you want to try football out?
Man, honestly, I had got a phone call from the Falcons, and, I just took the opportunity to try out. It wasn't really on my mind. I'm still kind of pursuing basketball, so I just took the opportunity that was given to me. I thought it'd be a pretty cool experience.
I bet. And I know that you weren't here when Felipe was suiting up as an Arkansas quarterback, but you do have a connection there as a former Razorback potentially. And what has that initial process been like with you at the Falcons and maybe some other teams that might have some interest on what you can do playing football?
Right, yeah. They just gave me a phone call, and they said some things I do on the court correlates to the field, and they just think I can move pretty well for a big guy. And they just told me to come out.
So did you play in high school, and how much, if you did, how highly recruited were you as a football player versus basketball player?
I didn't play in high school. I think I stopped in like the 8th grade. It was just an idea that came to me from them, and I just took it.
So seize the moment, seize the opportunity in front of you. Well, congratulations on a great season with Arkansas in the run to the Elite Eight. What memory will you take with you from this season and your time at Arkansas, and what stood out kind of as you've had time to reflect on this last year and all that was accomplished?
I'm definitely going to take that Gonzaga game with me. That's a game I played pretty well on the big stage, and we advanced. But I have a lot of memories that I love from the season, especially the Auburn game. One of the biggest experiences I've been a part of in my lifetime. So, that was a lot of fun for me.
So take us back to the practice, because we've heard a little bit of Muss's side of this. We hadn't heard your side of this. I want to know how the injury occurred to Coach's shoulder. Walk us through that drill. Take us inside that practice and what happened that day.
Really, man, Coach was just in the wrong spot at the right time. We was doing a drill on contesting shots. Coach always wanted you to have a high contest, and when I was running over there to contest the shot, Coach just happened to be kind of walking into the drill a little bit, and I jumped in the air, and he was just like right there under me when I kind of was landing. And
was it a block or a charge? Block or charge on the play?
It was probably a block.
He's moving.
So did your career flash before your eyes? Did you see your minutes diminish as you had injured the head coach?
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah. Well, Trey, you think about kind of the memories that you spoke to this season. I remember in the press conference following the Gonzaga game, you were on your cell phone. I think you said you told us you were talking to your brother, and I'm assuming you've got probably 1,000 text messages after that game. You hit 3 triples. I don't know what Drew Timme was doing. He just didn't guard you in that game. Did you do something different prior to playing the Zags, or was it just one of those where you're in the moment?
I think it was just in the moment. I kind of played the same game I've been playing all year. Drew Timme wasn't guarding me, so I was just trying to be confident in myself and stepping up and knocking down those shots.
Trey, I remember prior to this season beginning, several transfers coming in. You, Stanley, Chris, Audis, and just kind of the excitement level about it. But I'm just going to be honest, man. And with just kind of your stat line, not as many people were as chomped at the bit to see you play, but in the most pivotal moment of the season, you came up big. Just what it meant for you and the guys coming over to experience. I know that you've had some tournament success, but for Stanley and Adis who have never been on that stage before, what do you think it meant to them to get the promise fulfilled that Muss promised in the recruiting process?
Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience for all of us to play on this stage. And, we've seen the team before make an Elite Eight, and that was a goal of every one of us who transferred in, that we wanted to, make it that far in advance, especially in our last year. So that was special moments for us.
In I guess it was the Tennessee game when they had introduced you. I remember, I think Daniel was the one that introduced you, Daniel Gafford, and to see him, and then Justin introduced Jalen, who they're still good friends, and Moses and Mace and those guys back. Trey, I know you're going to have a lot of things that are going to be on your plate this upcoming season, but are you going to make it a goal of yours to try and come back to a game at Bud Walton Arena, a game or two?
For sure. This is always going to be a second home for me. I've enjoyed my time up here in Fayetteville, so for sure I'll hope to get back to plenty of games if I can.
Trey Wade with us here on the Morning Rush. This team had some rocky moments end of December, the start of SEC play, an 0-3 start there. What changed with this team from a player's perspective? What happened inside y'all's four walls that turned this thing around to get it to an Elite Eight?
Man, we were kind of just desperate at the time, and, I think Coach was just trying to find the right rotation to play, and, I think things just started clicking at the right time. We all started buying in what Coach was preaching, and, things just start working for us at the right time.
What's the culture like as a player within a Eric Musselman program? We see it from the outside, and we know what we're told in press conferences and what Coach tells us, but give us your perspective as a player. What's that culture of accountability like inside those walls?
Oh, it's high intensity, man. We just want to get better every day. Coach expects it from us, and we expect it from ourselves. And Coach is really trying to build us to be professionals, teaching us the right way of working hard every day and coming to practice and being a leader, just being consistent in our work. And, we took accountability to that.
Trey, I wonder, just in your time with Jalen and everything he put on the line this year, just your thoughts on what he's been for this Arkansas program, not only in the season you played, but last year, and curious what you think he ultimately decides to do in his next step, kind of like your next step with either Arkansas or moving on with his professional career.
Right, yeah, Jalen's big for us all year, man. Just a big who can do a lot of things. He's a smart player. He can put it on the floor. He can make plays, and he can step out and shoot. He's just, he's all around a pretty good player. So, ultimately, I think, he's going to pick the right decision for him. He has a lot of tools that translate to the big higher level. I think it's just a matter of, if he gets anything guaranteed, I think, he can have something concrete and he can make a decision from there. But, I know he's going to make the right decision. If he come back to Razor Nation, that would be great. But if he have an opportunity to go play at the next level, that would be great too. So I'm happy for him regardless.
Trey, you guys came into this past season with expectations. The team the previous year had gone to the Elite Eight. Moses had just been drafted in the lottery, and you guys fulfilled those expectations, got back to another Elite Eight. I think the expectations have even been heightened this year for a team that has 6 guys that have never even stepped foot on campus as an Arkansas Razorback just yet. What would your advice to be as an elder statesman, as a veteran, as a guy that's gone through this process and played at Arkansas? What would your advice be to these incoming freshmen and the expectations that will be placed upon their shoulders?
I think they'll be okay. I think they just got to buy in what Coach is teaching, man. He's going to teach you how to, teach you the right things to have the opportunity to step out on the court and win every night. So I think they just got to be themselves and just buy into what Coach teaches, and they'll be okay.
Yeah. Let's come back to the conversation about this opportunity you have with football. Since this phone call, which, first of all, how did that phone call go? And did you think someone was trying to play a joke on you or something at first? What were your thoughts in the immediacy of answering a phone call where somebody's calling you from an NFL team wanting you to try out for football.
Right, I actually got a text message. I think they called me. I didn't answer. I missed the call, but they sent me a text, and I was just like, wow. I actually got a football team texting me about football.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to think of it. Obviously, I haven't played in so long, but, I just took the opportunity, man. I got a chance to, go back home and see the fam also. So I just took the opportunity and ran with it. That's all.
Yeah. So, what's the next step for you? Is it getting ready for the camps? Have you been down to maybe see some of the guys around Sam Pittman's program? What's the next steps for you in this preparation?
Yeah. I went over to the football facility just to watch practice, just to get a feel for the environment. And those coaches gave me advice, and they say that everything pretty much everybody else saying, man, just take the opportunity. And it's been done before. It's not something that hadn't been done before. So I looked into that, looked into former players who've done it, and it does kind of translate. So it's a interesting situation. So I'm looking forward to it.
Trey, I'm going to put you in a scenario. You're running a drag route across the middle. You've got one of two options. You're going to get hit by Bumper Pool or Jalen Catalon. Who would you rather get hit by in that situation? Two of the hardest hitters on the team.
Probably neither one of them.
That's a good answer.
You just avoid them.
Probably neither one of them.
Juke them out as soon as you catch the ball. Well, see, you're talking about being in the football facility. I think one of the things that Sam Pittman has appreciated, he's been open about this, is you guys have helped in football recruiting, as has the baseball team this past year, because of the national branding that has stretched across the country. I wonder what it's just been like. And I know you're only there a year, but what it's been like to be a student on campus. Because when I was in school, most of the teams weren't that good. But for the past year, man, it's been incredible. What's it been like to be a student athlete on campus? You're going to class, people recognize you, people thanking you for just what you've done for the Arkansas basketball team. What has that been like for you this past year?
Man, it's been great. Just getting that recognition. With the fan base being so big, including a lot of it is the students. You get praised a lot here, so it's been a great experience for me.
Yeah. So is basketball done for you? Is it football or bust? Or if the football thing doesn't pan out, you going to get back on the path of maybe some professional opportunities elsewhere in basketball?
No, I'm still pursuing basketball first. Basketball is still my first love, man. I'm still pursuing basketball. I'm hoping I can have a career in that. I think football is the second option for me. Football is if the basketball don't pan out, but I'm pretty sure it will. I'm confident in myself that I make a career out of myself with basketball, but football is just the second option.
Kind of with everything going on in the world and Russia and all these things, and so many opportunities overseas. What's your perspective on that and playing internationally and just with kind of where things are going? How does a player in today's time view those opportunities right now?
Right, yeah, with that stuff going on over there. I don't have too much knowledge of that stuff, but, I'm pretty sure, they'll put me in the safest position to go play professionally.
Oh,
I think we lost Trey.
Lost his line there.
Might have lost his connection. Well, great stuff from Trey Wade. Again, he's really busy this time of year, so we really appreciate him making some time for us on the morning rush.
Is your number one source for all your betting needs, sports info, and odds. Find all the latest sports developments, including this week's odds for the Masters Championship and the start of Major League Baseball season. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sporting wagering needs, including live betting and your favorite Vegas casino and poker games. It's super easy to get started, so join today. Learn why everyone is saying BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way to wager on popular sports and games. Bet online, where the game starts.